Yesterday I played my first sanction round of 2024 and everything with that went great. I'm super happy with the start of my season, but there's one thing that has kind of been in the back of my mind that I'm a little bit unhappy with, and that is a very specific slot in my bag, and that is a neutral flying throwing putter. So I actually have gone through a little bit of a journey trying to fill this. I haven't been able to fill it all off season. I started off throwing base plastic electron firm Envies, and just like any base plastic throwing putter, they're great when you get them. They kind of beat in to be a totally different disc and fall out of the category of a neutral flying throwing putter, and it's more of a Anhyzer flip to turnover disc. So it ended up being in that slot, and that was gone. I tried the premium plastic Envies, too overstable, kind of ditched those as well. I ended up picking up a C-Line. This is actually a Color Glow C-Line P2 from Discmania Open last year. And I got this because I really liked the way those Sky Gods flew in Simon's vlogs when he was still with Discmania. And I was hoping this would kind of fill that slot. And I don't know if this is just a different run or what, or I just can't throw like Simon, but this ended up being a little bit less glidey and a little bit more overstable than what I wanted. So again, it filled a different slot in my bag and I'm still throwing it, but it didn't make the cut. I picked up yesterday what I think is gonna be my new favorite throwing putter for backhands. And that is the Pure. In this case, it's actually the Opto X Pure. This is the Kristen Tatar 2023 World Championship commemorative, whatever. I got it at the tournament yesterday, threw it like 4 times and immediately fell in love with it. I just love the way this disc flies. So I want to throw it a couple more times here right now to kind of get an actual feel for it. And I guess I could be wrong. I could end up hating this disc, but I really don't think I will. I think I'm just going to start loving it even more. So if you haven't thrown a Pure before, maybe this will convince you to pick one up. And if you do end up wanting to get one, go to otbdisc.com, pick one of these up, use my code OFFSEASON. That's going to be active until the end of March. You can get yourself one of these for free. Free shipping, not for free. So here's a line I actually haven't thrown with this yet. I was mostly throwing it straight. Got a little bit of a Anhyzer line, and I think it's about 250. I don't know the distance on this, but let's see how this thing flies on some Anhyzer. Oh, chef's kiss right there. That is just so beautiful, amazing. Dude, like I would normally throw like a Toro on this, maybe a beat-in one to get a little bit more of that left fade. This disc does freaking everything, man. Like I don't even have to throw the Toro here anymore. Put it on some Anhyzer, it glides all the way, has a nice little finish. This disc is so good. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this that well, but check out this stamp on here. I think I got a little bit lucky. It's like this, first of all, it's this sick looking wolf, which is awesome. I always love the Latitude 64 stamps and the disc that I've had from them. This is like this shiny oil slick foil stamp. Pretty sick. All right, if I can execute this, this will show off how sick this disc is. We got about a 10-foot gap, 260 to this basket here. I'm gonna try and just flip it up, ride it straight. Should go straight to the pin. Might have overthrown it a little bit. It's just too good. Man, there's no wind. I barely threw that and it went probably close to 300 feet. Because this is what, 260, and I'm like almost 35 feet long at the pin. Kind of a tough putt too. Oh, just snuck it over there. You know, I think it can kind of go overlooked at times. At least it has for me, like how important having a disc that you can really connect with is. And for this one, I just feel like it does exactly what I want it to. We're gonna see how this thing holds up to a big turnover line. We even have a little bit of tailwind here, so it might make it a little tricky. We got a Mando on this tree right here. You can see the little white Mando sign. We're teeing off here, got the basket over there to the right. Gonna throw a big Anhyzer turnover, try and get it to the basket. See how this thing does. Oh yeah, I think I gave it too much Anhyzer. I think it would have just held that line the whole way. I was thinking I had to overturn it a little bit just because it's not like a super understable disc. Man, I'm underestimating this thing. I think I might be 3 for 3 putting this thing in the circle. Last 2 putts have been kind of circle's edge, and this thing knows how to find the circle one. Ooh, a little bit of right to left crosswind. Oh, twice hurts bad luck. All right, when I think of like a neutral flying putter hole, this is exactly what I think of. 270 to the pin, mostly open, and then it closes off at the end, like 20-foot gap. You just gotta keep it straight the whole way. You can't let it finish out left or right too much, or else you're not gonna make that late gap. And this is a hole that I've had trouble with because I didn't have this in my bag. Not saying I'm gonna be perfect, there's a little bit of headwind here. It's a very hard hole in terms of hitting the gap perfectly, but I still think this disc is the one. Go. Oh, come on. Like, how do you not love that? That's just so good. Love to see it. All right, I think I got a couple holes left on this course that I can show this disc off with. And what is this hole, if not something that demands a pure straight shot? This one should be able to do it. You know, normally I'd throw my Envy on a Anhyzer flip, try and get it to pan, finish right. This thing can just go straight right through the gap. All you gotta do is put it on the same 5-foot wide line the whole way. Should go right to the pin. What more can I say? I mean, once again, this disc does not disappoint. Within 20 feet, yet again. All right, I don't normally play this hole. This is the golds on the island hole here at Riverton. And normally I play the blues. And normally if I play this hole, I'm throwing a 4-hand hyzer to kind of spike it onto the island. This is a tiny island. It's like the size of Circle 1 pretty much. I'm gonna try and throw this guy on it. This is pretty much the ultimate test. Can I put this thing, nothing on the line here. There's really not much in the way. Just put it in the circle. We got 257. It's pretty much the same holes we just played. I mean, it looks like it's gonna do it. Oh no. Oh, I told you I play the blues normally. I'm about 2 feet short. All right, this one's definitely on me. I mean, never played the golds before. Just for the video though, I'm gonna make the putt from just outside the island. Oh yeah. How funny would it have been if I also just missed that by an inch? All right, since my dumbass decided to wait all day long to film this video, we got time for one more hole, and then the sun's gonna be setting. But I think this is maybe the perfect hole to demonstrate how good this disc is. We have a par 4, 435, pretty short par 4, but it's kind of a dog leg. You gotta throw a turnover backhand with like a putter, and then you have sort of a slight hyzer approach shot up to an elevated basket. So I think they should be able to handle both of these. I'm gonna start with the turnover, hopefully put myself in a good spot, get up there for the birdie. Oh, we got a nice little kick at the end, put me right in the middle of the fairway. All right, we got like a little chip hyzer to send us home. Oh, I got so lucky. I threw it so inside. Oh, but it worked out. And clean up. So final verdict on the Pure. I was definitely right, and this is a great disc. And after throwing it on a bunch of different lines and shot shapes, it has just become more solidified in my mind as one of my favorite discs ever. It is, to me, the greatest throwing putter I've ever used. You can certainly argue with me on it, but if you haven't tried one before, I highly recommend it. If this doesn't convince you to at least try it out, to at least think about trying it out, I don't think anything will. Pretty much any line I tried to put this thing on, it held it. It did exactly what I wanted it to. It held up to some wind. This thing is just absolute money. If you are like me and you want to put this in your bag and think it'll be a fantastic throwing putter for you, you should go to otbdisc.com, use my code OFFSEASON, which is available till the end of March. You get free shipping, and you can get yourself what I think is the best throwing putter on the market right now. So yeah, this disc is awesome. Get yourself one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.